Hey, happy Friday, everybody. It's Catherine Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I'm broadcasting right now simultaneously on the main Commanding Wealth page and in our private Facebook group. And this will be posted in on my YouTube channel. I'm still learning some of the technology around this StreamYard, which I have to say I am totally in love with StreamYard right now. And if you are thinking about doing Facebook Lives or anything like that, make sure that you use this service. It's fantastic, and hook it up to your social media. And what I like about it is that I'm doing this course called Commanding Wealth, and I have to record all these videos and then upload them. And I'm using a platform called Kartra, KARTRA.com, and it integrates with YouTube. This integrates with YouTube, and I have saved so many hours. So this is not a commercial. I'm just like already like launching off into the platform that I'm using here. But I am also just kind of buying a little bit of time to give some folks a chance to get on. And here's what I'm doing today. Um, I don't know about you. I'm noticing that a lot of my clients are starting to feel a little stir crazy. I'm noticing it, and there is, again, right now with what's going on in the pandemic, a lot of people's fears are coming up, and they're acting out in those fears. And the way it shows up, you have maybe heard me say, is a lot of times it will show up in that fight, flight, get frozen, or the other F is I'm going to say effing around. Okay. And so people are telling me that one, they're having this level of anxiety. Number two, they're feeling really uncertain. They have no idea what to do next because simply there's just simply too many factors that are uncertain and unknown in order to make a decision in the normal way. And then also they're saying, well, I know what I want to do. Heck, now I have time to exercise. Now I have time to work on my website. Now I have time to write that book. Now I have time to do whatever. Yet I'm unmotivated and I can't figure out how to get myself motivated. And I want to be able to answer some of those questions today and tune in, but I don't want to give a lecture. Today is about tuning into you and what you need. And if you have questions for me, the best way to do it is number one, answer questions. And then number two, if you want to shoot a message to me personally through Messenger, I've got my message app opened right now just so that I can tune messages that way. Okay, so one of two ways, type into the chat bar. But if you want to be able to question or um, have a question or need some help or support, let me know. Okay, so Sharon, thank you so much for joining. And yeah, I need to get motivated too. And I'm just going to go ahead and ask you. And since we're having to ask this way, I think I can invite you to the StreamYard here, and I have never done it. If you're willing to try out and play with me, if you want to come on with me and we can do a little spot coaching, I'd be happy to do that. So, can I go ahead and invite you onto the call? Or if you just feel more comfortable typing in because you weren't expecting to be seen by anybody today, that's fine too. So, what is it you're wanting to get motivation around? Okay. And while you're typing that answer, I want to explain to people, so much of our motivation is fear based. And it's not really oriented towards positive results and having some greater good or even getting this great result that we want, like our health or, hey, I want to plant a garden so I can have the food. So much of our motivation comes from the outside and fear of punishment. We have been trained that way in the factory model of school our whole life. Then we went into a job and it's like, ugh, I hate this job, but man, if I want to eat, I've got to go to this job. So you manage to pull up all your motivation to go do that. And then there's not been a lot of bandwidth left over. And right now we're kind of in this rubber band snap right now of getting realigned back to what we want and unraveling from that fear base, right? Even though it may be really serious that we want to do something so that we can have, be, or do, hey, even our safety or security, our fear has been from some unknown from the outside affecting us rather than something we're pulling up from the inside. And so you're in a little transitional piece right now. Hey, Sharon, I'm going to try to invite you. And then I'm going to just copy this. And then I'm going to, let's see if I can paste this right here. Can't post to some destinations. Okay, so I'm going to try to invite you. And let's see if that works. I've been going through a lot of releasing and having a time focus on work stuff I need to do. Great. Well, we're just going to go ahead and go with that. Okay, so if we just wanted to go with the one command on that, right? Like how can we connect and get that greater alignment? Right now, our schedule's even unrolled. I bet you're not sleeping like you were either, and the whole schedule is completely off, and so your whole rhythm is thrown off. If that's correct, let me know. That's my first feeling. I'm having to like psychically do this and then kind of tune in. But I'm not going to be able to invite you on the camera right now. I apologize. Okay, so and having a hard time focusing on work, been going through a lot of releasing. So with the releasing, that does take a lot of energy. I want to address that one piece. Okay. And thank goodness you're going through some releasing because that's really a big piece of this that we got to do. But what we forget in our releasing is to, number one, as we release, we go, well, what do I want instead? Really start setting that in place. What do I want instead? What will a new way of being look like? Right. And so we don't have quite clarity on that. We are still in this opposition of not that. Okay. So, number one, get a clear idea on what it is that what you want. Okay. Like, what would being better, feeling better, doing better look like? And we all have our individual parameters, number one, right? What would that look like for you? And then how will that feel? Okay, yeah, how will that feel when you're doing that? Oh, that's going to feel much better. You'll feel calmer. You'll feel more in control, right? More in charge. Maybe you'll feel more on purpose because it kind of feels purposeless if I'm tuning into you. Okay. Like, oh, yeah, I got to do this stuff, but what's the purpose? So tune into how it would feel and then what greater good could arrive because of you doing this. Okay. If it's no more than, hey, I'll be able to keep getting paid right now, that may be okay. But then if you go, okay, apparently there's other ways I want to get paid, if you're feeling resistance. Isn't that good news? Your unconscious minds could actually be speaking to you through this resistance. And so right now, it could be, all right, I don't know how I'm paid. So what I'm kind of modeling for you is every time you run up against an idea or an opposition, be present to it and make one command around it. But I just want to let you know that this lack of motivation is a message from your subconscious mind. And you're not wrong because you don't have motivation. If you're going through a lot of releasing, like you said, that takes a tremendous amount of energy and you may need to rest. So I'm always tell my people to be present of what they feel. What do they want instead? And if you just need some rest, give yourself permission to rest. But then if you say, hey, this is great. I will take a rest today, but I don't want to just, lay around all the time. I don't want to project into the future, nothing to do. So that's why I say focus on what it is that you want and then what it would look like and how it would feel. Yeah, be present to that. And I like to have people think of three things. So if we've already said what would it look like, how would it feel, and then what's something you could do that would make you feel really good about the fact that you did it, like an accomplishment, or maybe you'd feel proud of yourself. But what's something that would make you really feel really good for having done it? Okay, and it could be some small thing that every day you're getting up and you're doing, 20 minutes of yoga stretching. Hey, like, no matter what, I took care of myself. Or, hey, during this time, I went ahead and I cleared out the closet. Or during this time, I did some volunteer work or whatever. Okay, so what is something that would make you feel really good having done it? Okay. All right. So right now, we may or may not know, we have a little glimmer of it. So let's create it. Okay. And all that we can just bundle up into um, this thing that we're going to call motivation, right? I'm going to have a idea of what I want to do. I'm going to have a purpose behind doing it. It's going to feel good. And then I'm going to feel proud of myself, right? Stronger connection with source is what I'm guessing that says. Okay, great. All right. So, all right. Stronger connection with source. Okay, great. We're going to call that stronger connection to source. Okay. So right now, I'm just going to align with you. And if you're watching this, if this is resonating with you, then we want to do that. There's some things physically that you can do to help connect better to source. And I'm going to share it with you right after we do this. Okay. So what we're going to do is, we have this idea called motivation. We already kind of put into this command what it's going to look like, what we're going to be doing, and how we want to feel. Okay. And then if we go, hey, having done it, I'm going to feel really good. Well, that's fulfillment, right? Because fulfillment is when we look back on it, we know it's worth it. And even when we're struggling in the middle of it, we'll know that it's worth it, and that'll give us more confidence. Okay. So I'm just going to align with you heart to heart, Sharon. And if you want to be anybody who's watching this, hit hashtag replay. So let's just go ahead and just align right now. If you're watching, you can just align with us. I'm going to invite you to ground. Just feel your connection to the earth and feel the earth's connection to you. As you bring your attention to your heart and you're aligning to that greater purpose of like why you want to have a stronger connection to source. And roll your eyes up and picture, visualize, or imagine that you are traveling up a golden pole of light. And the higher you go, the faster you go. And soon you find yourself surrounded by that beautiful black void in space. Break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. And you can follow along with me mentally or silently. I don't know how. I have a strong connection to source. And I am in a positive and honest conversation with source. I only know I am now, and I am fulfilled. I love that idea of having this conversation with source. Very often we just send all this, like, please, 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 give me, give me, give me. But we want to open that space for that information to come in, that there's this exchange. You can let your eyes relax, let that expand out to an idea even greater. And then I don't know how, eyes back up. I don't know how I am clear on what I want to do, and I am motivated to take action on it. I only know that I feel really good about what I'm doing and how I'm spending my times now, and I am fulfilled. We're just going to let it go, let that expand out. And I'm just going to do this extra command, and I don't know how I get into my own right rhythm. I only know I am creating a new cycle of happiness, abundance, and fulfillment now, and I am blessed. And now let's just feel yourself start to come in this field of appreciation and gratitude. And we're going to unwind all that stuff we call lack of motivation and being down and criticizing ourselves for not getting anything done. We're just going to let it go, let it go, let it go. Rewind, rewind, rewind. Bringing your attention back to your heart. When you're ready, open your eyes. Whew. Okay. Now let's check back in. Hey guys, you can ask your question too. Be sure if you're watching this and you want to interact, be sure and give StreamYard permission. That way they know that you and I have business talking to each other, and that is the way to get connected into this so that I can answer your questions. Okay. So Sharon, I want to have you check back and think about this lack of motivation and this connection to source that you want to have. And as you tune in and you think about it, what do you know now? Yes, she says amazing, and you feel clearer. Yeah. I'm a A-type personality. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do something. And I'm kind of addicted to this. I gotta create the next thing. Oh, I gotta get on this. And I have to keep reminding myself of what I committed to doing and during like the next 2-month period. And it's been really interesting to let myself go deeper into the work that I'm doing, and just be present to my existing clients, and to just not be on a certain treadmill that I was used to being on. And I'm feeling a lot more peaceful, and the ideas and the right actions are kind of starting to come in. So I hope that you having this connection to source is going to be helping too. Do you have any other questions or comments? I'll go ahead and put that down. Yeah, thanks for playing along. I appreciate that. All right. And I want to invite you to that on every Tuesday at noon, we have a one command circle where people get to, I help people format the right command for whatever their situation is. And we get give a lot of encouragement and support to each other. And that's every noon, okay, on Tuesday. So be sure and tune into that. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just decided to do this. I didn't announce it out or anything. So I don't know how much participation we're going to get today. As I was writing it, I realized I want to do this every Friday, but I need to get a sense if this is something that would be valuable to people. Okay. All right. Yay. Thank you. All right. I'm going to take a second and have some coffee here. Okay. Okay, someone said Catherine Perry. Hi. Someone said, hi, Catherine Perry. I can't see who this is, so if you could give me your name, I would appreciate that. And do you have a question or comment? All right, someone said hi. While we are together, we have a friend of the community, Laura, whose husband has been in the hospital for many months. And today she has to make a really difficult decision. And I would appreciate it if we could send some thoughts, some love and light to Laura T. If you could just hold that. And she's been having to go through this ordeal with her husband alone. And then the pandemic struck, and then nobody could come to be with her. And she is, it's been really tough on her. So if we could just send some love and light to Laura T right now. Okay. Hi, Barry. And am I planning on doing any choose love meditations? I have been thinking about those. And if you guys haven't heard of it, I had this broadcast for about 3 months called Choose Love Daily. And I'd be happy to demonstrate the Choose Love method right now. Thank you, Barry, for that. And I think the one who really loved this the most on this Choose Love Daily is Verena. Is that you, Verena? If that's you, say hi. So the idea on the Choose Love Daily is that there's this space between knowing and not knowing. And yeah, we can do something for money. We definitely will. But let me explain about Choose Love Daily and what we're doing on the Choose Love process. And so I believe in the intelligence and the power of love. And a lot of reasons that we can't get an answer or we succumb to fear is because we're not tuning into love. And love is very wise, and it gives us a lot of courage. And there's always this space for new information to arrive. And if you think about something in the past, like there was probably a time in your life something happened, you were really worried about it, you were really just concerned, and it took up a lot of time and energy. And then what wound up happening, one, probably nothing you were worried about came true, but then two, it turned out to be okay and a solution arrived, right? And so when we look back on the past, we can go, oh yeah, things are better. 2020 visions, looking to the past, the past is always 2020 vision, right? Well, how can we apply that to what it is that we're thinking about in the future? And we have to acknowledge that right now there's this space of not knowing. And I love the one command that we allow ourselves to not know, and that quiets the ordinary thinking beta brain that that kind of creates this pause so that we can get new information. And then we roll our eyes up, that lowers our brainwave, and then this allows us to expand our thinking and a new solution to arrive that aligns to that which you commanded for. Okay. But in this but in this Choose Love Daily, we're connecting through our heart between, hey, this is what I know I need, what I want, but not knowing how it would happen. This is really great for interpersonal relationships too. And so, right, what I do is I have people think about 2 points in time. The one point is this time that we might identify as now, but then there's this other time in the future that we have the solution of that which we desire. So right now, to think about, a job seems kind of hopeful. We want another job. I never wanted another job ever in my life. I haven't had a job since 2006, and I'm gratefully unemployed, and not because of retirement, but because of the ability to start my own business. And I have a lot of ways to pivot my business that a lot of people do not. Okay. And so I know how fortunate I am, but a lot of people haven't had that thinking or anything, right? And some people just like having a job. My daughter is always going to be one of those people that prefer having a job than being entrepreneurial. She just likes having that little stable, knowing where the thing is. And then at the same time, she's gotten comfortable with living with this general state of anxiety of what would happen if she lost the job. That's where she is right now. Okay. And so that works for her. More power to her. I was always miserable in a job. But let's just think about, hey, I just want to know that I can take care of myself. I can be able to live in flow. My bills are paid. And if anything happens, I'll be able to manage it, right? That's really what we want with a job. So, but let's just say job or money. Here I am now, and there's this point in time, we're going to wave our magic fingers, where we have more than enough money, that we're not worried anymore. So here's these 2 points as we're projecting into the future. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll say between knowing and not knowing. Right now, I know my situation and I don't know really when or where that would happen. Let there only be love. And I bring these 2 points together and I drop it. This is called a collapsing anchor. So where I am now, not having money, let me find not having money. There's this idea of not having money, and this idea of there's plenty of money in every circumstance, in every economy, all the time. There's always plenty, and I'm able to access it. So between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. So I'm filling up this gap with love, and I'm just bringing this together. 1, 2, 3. Between knowing and not knowing. Between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. Bring it together. Let your hands drop. Yeah, Verena. Yeah, Verena says it's really powerful and she's had some amazing results with it. Yes, thank you. All right. So now how could we match that with the one command, right? So between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. Ugh, my, you know, I'm worried about my kids. I'm worried about this, worried about that. Between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. Because we have to acknowledge that we don't know why certain things are happening or how all things can work together for our good, right? We just have to know that we can trust ourselves to do the right thing at the right time. Okay, that's what confidence is. That's all it is. Hey, I know that no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay and that I can trust myself to do the right thing at the right time. That's all confidence is. No one has everything figured out. And their confidence is within themselves. Okay? Not anything outside of them. Even if you are trying to get confidence on something outside of you, it's really a reflection of the confidence inside of you. Okay? So, right now, hey, Catherine, that's all lovely, lovely, right? But I need money and I don't have any clue about where to get money, Catherine. Give me something real. Okay, well, I'm a very practical person and I can give you some support on that too. But right now, let's do some commands around money. Now, right now, there's the amount of money that you need in order to survive. Okay? And if you know what that number is, get an idea of that number. Okay? Whatever that number, and it may help you to write it down. Like my monthly bills are X amount of dollars, and plus I need to spend X amount on, food, and I like to make sure I have an extra $200 or $300 every month or whatever. Whatever your number is, get that number written down to survive. Okay. There's the number of what you need in order to thrive. To go, you know what? Money's okay. I can move around. I have some freedom of choice. So I can really thrive. And it may be just another 500 or 1,000 a month so that you can go, oh, yeah, I can really make some things happen here. It may be 10,000 a month. I don't know. It's your personal number. So there's what you need to survive, what you need to thrive. Think about that number. The thriving number to help you is probably around 3 times the survival number. Okay. All right. And then there's the amount of money that you need to really make a transformation, a real transformation in your life. And what would that number be? To make a real transformation. Because we want to go from surviving, even beyond thriving, into transforming. Okay. Now, when I think about being the transformer, being, transformational and everything else, I think about the difference of what, let's say, cooking. Let's say, there's food in the kitchen, right? So survival is you've got bread and water. You're not going to die. Or, hey, you got potatoes and water. If you just ate potatoes, you're going to live. You're not going to like it, but you're going to live. Okay. And then you got water. You'll get all the nutrients you need. That's surviving. Okay. Thriving is, hey, my cabinets are full and hey, I can just go to the store anytime I want. That's great, right? You can always go get more stuff, right? And oh yeah, we got some choices, got stuff to happen. But a transformational person has that ability to go into the kitchen, and you know that person. And if you're lucky enough to be that person, I'm not that person in the kitchen. I am that person in other areas of life. But well, no, I'm going to take that back because people are always kind of amazed at what I pull together. But where they can go to the kitchen and they can look at what's there, and they're able to make something greater than what the ordinary person was able to see. And so they might go, "Where did you get this food?" "Well, it was in the cabinet." "I didn't know I even had that," right? Or how did you pull that together, right? And they have that ability to take what's at hand and take it something greater. In the tarot, that is the Temperance card. Okay. So no matter what circumstances I want to find myself in, I want to be that person that can take whatever's at hand and turn it into something greater. Okay. So does that sound good? Does that make sense? Yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and do a command for that. So we have our survival, our thriving, our transformational. Okay. All right. So now let's just, we're aligned to that greater good and that goal of making sure you have more than enough money to get your needs met. Okay. And we're going to do a command a little different. We're going to do a stacking command today. All right. So just go ahead and let yourself ground, be present. Bring your attention to your heart as you're aligning to your purpose, which is to create money. Okay. Roll your eyes up and just go ahead and let yourself go into that beautiful white light place. Just follow along with the command with your eyes up, please. I don't know how. I have more than enough money to survive. I only know I have everything I need in order to survive now, and I am fulfilled. Now, here's what I want you to do. Now I want you to direct your attention down into your belly, okay? That instinctual part of you, because what's up is your survival instinct. So we're going to do this very quickly. Just roll your eyes down, focus on your belly, maybe put your hand right on your belly. Can you hear that? Okay, my Buddha belly right there. Okay. Focusing down. I don't know how. We're going to repeat it. I don't know how. I have more than enough money to survive. I only know I have everything I need in order to survive now, and I am fulfilled. And just rub your belly in a circular way. Just notice which way it feels better. And you may be noticing some aches and pains starting to come up, some resistance in your body. Just rub your belly and let that energy expand through your body. Remember to breathe. Okay, now just roll your eyes right back up. I don't know how. I have more than enough money, time, and resources in order to thrive. I only know I am thriving now and I am fulfilled. And then just let that go. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good. Now, what I want you to do is bring your attention to your heart. Okay? Bringing your attention to your heart. I don't know how I have more than enough money, time, and resources in order to thrive. I only know I am thriving now and I am fulfilled. Yeah, there's a lot of pinging happening in your head. Just looking down towards your heart and then rub that heart chakra. Just notice which way that feels better. Yeah. Roll your eyes right back up. I don't know how. I am creating transformation and I have the power to create transformation by my command. I only know that I am a master of transformation now and I am fulfilled. And now to send that up, 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 out, 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 and let it go wide. Expand that out to something even greater that serves more good. And now just close your eyes and you're going to bring your attention. And I always like to put my hand where I'm putting my attention, right on my third eye. And then massage right there on my third eye in a circular way. Just notice which way it feels better. Now I'm kind of visual, and so if it feels better to you to open your eyes that right now, that's okay. But I kind of like my eyes kind of tilted up, so I'm kind of getting a new image. And I don't know how. I have a new vision of what is possible, what I am able to transform. I only know that I am a master of transformation now and I am fulfilled. And I am transforming my money consciousness now, and I am fulfilled. And now, as that's open, you may notice that there's this energy starting to open right back here. Massage. That's what's happening is a lot of theta brain waves are going back to this older part of your brain, a lot of stimulation. And you might even want to kind of scratch the top of your head a little bit. And we're going to open that crown chakra. Roll your eyes back up. Whatever the amount of money that you need right now or want, go ahead and make your command now. I don't know how. I have X amount, whatever that is, in my bank account or in my hand now. I only know it is so now, and I am fulfilled. Let your eyes relax as that expands out to an idea even greater. It serves more good in its fulfillment. And now just move yourself over that you could just picture, visualize, or imagine money, opportunities, offers, contracts. Whatever it is that you need to change in the way that you think about money and making money and creating money and allowing money to come into your life. Now just let that transformation occur right now. Bring it in. We're going to unwind. Woo, let it come all the way down. And hey, when this is manifested and you see that it has really happened, how are you going to feel? Yeah, you're going to feel so grateful, so appreciative. And you're going to be going, yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes. And now we're just going to unwind, unwind, unwind that old fear-based energy and all that doubt and all that even, lack of confidence. We're just going to unwind it, unwind it, unwind it. Now we're going to rewind, rewind, rewind. New thoughts, images, and ideas about what's possible. This whole new way of thinking. Bringing your attention back to your heart. When you're ready, open your eyes. Woo. Woo. Okay. Make sure you got your hands and fingers back when you think about your money now and making money? What do you maybe know now that you didn't know before? And I'd love to get comments and feedback. Right now, was this helpful? Thank you. Thank you. You're amazing. I appreciate it. We've got a little more time, but if right now is a great time to ask questions. Amazing results. Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you. That is possible. Yeah, that money's possible. You're possible. You're absolutely possible. I got to kind of share something personal here. Just kind of a couple of points. Just before all this happened, I finally, after kind of years of dinking around and going back and forth in my branding, and here's this offer, and I'm just like throwing all these little offers out and going, I really don't know what I really want to put out there. I mean, because it was kind of all over the map on what I was helping people with. And so it just was easier to just kind of catch business because I just was kind of out and around, and it doesn't take a lot for me, honest, to take care of myself. But I realized I really wasn't happy with what I was doing. So I said, I'm really ready to create something greater. And then Asara Lovejoy, my former business partner that we were, gosh, and my teacher and mentor, I think I've known her since 1998. So yeah, we've got a long history and we've done all kinds of business together. And my favorite has been the business and life together. And she contacted me earlier, I think late in the fall, and said, Catherine, I'm not going to do anything with this commanding wealth material, and you're doing all this one command, and you have been so faithful to the work, and it was always going to be yours anyway. And so I want to give you all the trademarks and give you all the materials, everything that's in the website. Commanding Wealth is now yours. And I was like, so cool. Yes. What am I going to do with it? How am I going to do this? And it was always a course that I always loved, and I'd always wanted to take it online. And so I got busy and started doing all the work to do that, including investing very heavily in some training and investing in some people to do the technical part and everything else. And then, just as I was launching the course, the pandemic was announced. Yeah. So this course, that was going to be my big out into the world. And, I really was expecting about 25 to 30 people to sign up based on everything I was doing. But that week, everything immediately contracted. But, I did get some signups, and I said, I'm just going to keep the agreement and build the platform. And then I'll be re-releasing this, and I've got to look at that. So it would be real easy to go, what is it about me that, I can't seem to have what I want, right? Or who do I think I was? Or what's wrong with my timing? And why didn't I listen to my intuition? And a lot of people may be going through that. Like, what's wrong with me? I should have done X, Y, Z while I could, right? Why did I dink around so long? And now it's too late. And I just want to encourage you and let you know that it's not too late, that there's still divine right timing. And if there's something that you've had an idea to do, honor it, go back and take a look at it. Okay. And you may not know exactly, it may not look the way that you thought it was going to, but please take a look at it because there is a way to make it happen. Okay. So that's number one. And this happened to one of my students that was on the Commanding Wealth last night too. And it was, I've been telling people, like, last year I had this big idea about having this other business. In fact, I kind of think, I kind of worked on it on and off for a couple of years, never really did anything to promote it, but I set up the website. I set up all the templates. I set up all the programs. I did all the stuff, right? Exactly how it would be delivered from A to Z, who I was going to market to, got all my branding. And then I was ready to launch it. And it was like, I literally have no interest in doing this. There was no energy. And initially, I was feeling really critical of myself. I was like, what is wrong with you that you keep building this stuff and then you don't do anything with it? Which is kind of like, I love building, but not necessarily like some of the other parts. So, but I really had to take a look at it and go, is that fear? Is it resistance? Do I think I'm going to fail? Do I, maybe I'm looking at it, it's not that good idea. And it's like, no, it is a good idea. I just have zero interest. So I just, after investigating, I just said, I'm just going to set it aside and not do anything with it. The pandemic hit. I'm at dinner with my son-in-law right now. I'm in a little town near Wichita Falls, Texas, real close to the Texas-Oklahoma border. Living in a town that's about population 10,000, and we got this big backyard and all the families together. And we did that because, one, I wanted to be help to my daughter, and two, if this thing really went south, we wanted to be able to be together. Okay. So we're at dinner and we're talking, and my son-in-law is like, okay, I still got school, but I still got to bring in money because unemployment, that'll be nice for the next couple of months, but I really feel like I need to make some real money. And I said, I got this postcard thing. I got this other business that I wanted to do. And with Texas opening up, I think now, it's going to be opening soon and releasing some of the restrictions, which I have an opinion about that, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. But I said, there's going to be a demand for this, and people are going to still be wanting to let let it be known that they have business, but they may not have a big budget. I've got a way of helping people do that. I've got everything set up. Do you think you would be interested in taking that on, and I can help be your support, and maybe this is a project we can do as a family? And he got really excited. He said, that's fantastic. Because he's not a builder. He's a kind of like a tinker. He likes taking what's built and improving on it. Okay. Well, I'm a builder and he's a tinker. And then my daughter's a systems person. And so we sat there in 15 minutes. We had this all laid out on what we were going to be doing. And so there are some things that maybe you started in the past and you stopped, but it just wasn't the time. So take a look at what you've committed to. Take a look at some things that you might have started in the past, and now may be the right time. The example I want to give is that one of the people that were on the call last night, he had all this hospital equipment in storage for years, and he'd gotten it at an auction, and he could not get rid of it. He's living in Africa, and got contacted by a company to find out if he knew a source for some hospital beds and different things he had. And he happened to have 400 hospital beds in his storage and some other really vital, basic hospital equipment. And he says, now I know why I couldn't do anything with it. He said, and I've spent all this time feeling like a failure, that I had even invested all of my, invested my company's money in this and wasn't even sure how I was going to liquidate it. And now this is the perfect solution. I get to help a lot of people. Right? And so we don't know what good is going to come, right? From where we are now and the good that we want to do and experience. And in that space, remember, please let there only be love. If this has been helpful, please be sure and share this with some folks. If this is something that you'd like to see on Friday afternoons, like having this little coaching corner, please let me know. And I'm all in this with you. And if there's any way I can be of service to you, if you feel like there's some things that maybe you need some help or support on, I am accepting new clients now, and we could have a conversation about what that would look like together. And so all you got to do is click the link that's in the description box, which I think is on this side, or it could be directly below, and set up a time to talk with me. Okay, so I'm going to pause there. We got about 10 minutes, and I had this just come in. Need command on how to stay calm in these crazy days. Yesterday, I made a decision to close Facebook and not hear or be involved with all the news going on now. It worked for a while, and then someone said something that made me upset. Yeah, I mean, here I'm on Facebook, right? And I had to like go, I'm just not going to post for a little bit. And because of where I was mentally with this, I mean, I have a lot of feelings and very strong opinions about some things. And I just made the decision not to be talking to my list. And I just said, I'm going to just kind of dial back on Facebook a bit. I'm still on Reddit because there's some things that I like, and then I'm on YouTube because I can be more selective about my content, which is why I'm starting to put my videos on YouTube like I always should have, but putting my videos on there too so that I can be in control of what is on my feed. And then, of course, someone's going to call and make you upset. That's matching your upset, right? It's matching some fear and maybe some powerlessness. Okay. So right now, that person, for whatever reason they called, thought, if we're all upset together and don't take action, that could really help us. I don't know how that helps us, right? It doesn't, and that never helps me. And so there's people I just said, I just can't be talking to right now. And a couple of them are relatives. I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to love them. And I had to let my, one relative know, it's like, look, you and I are never, ever, ever going to agree on this or what's going on or the best thing to do. I just want you to know that I love you, and we're going to have to not have a conversation about that. But can I please just be your sister or and be in support of you, right? Can I just do that? And she's like, of course, that's all I ever wanted. Everything I'm sharing is because I love you, right? So right now, that person who's upset, this fear that you're feeling, just be in it now. Okay. Just go ahead and be present to the anxiety and upset. If you're in the Facebook group, was it last week? We did a piece where someone was feeling really calm. And what we did was we got present into the present moment. And a lot of times why we feel anxious and fearful is emotionally we're in the past and mentally we're rushing to the future and we're not really occupying this space. Okay. That's why a lot of people who were like kind of anxious people and always lived at this freak out, right now they're actually kind of calm because the outer reality is matching their inner reality. And now they're like, oh, now I know what to do. Right. So they're like very calm. But right now, the best thing you can do on this not feeling calm, on this upset, just know that people are upset and they're just trying to figure it out. Okay. You're upset and you're just trying to figure it out. But all we have control over really are our own thoughts and our own actions. That's all we have control over. And so I want to ask you right now in this moment, what do you have to think about, tell yourself, or remember in order to feel calm? In this moment, you may not know, and that's okay. So that's when we go up to theta, right? So just go ahead and roll your eyes up. We're already very much adjusted there. I don't know how. I am calm. I don't know how to give myself permission to be calm and space to think. I only know I am calm now, and I will be calm. And I am fulfilled. Let that go. And when it's time to take action, when it's time to be upset or angry, I can trust that I will feel the right emotion at the right time. I don't know how I will know that. I only know I know it now, and I am fulfilled. The place to bring your attention to is right at the base of your throat on this communication, okay? And if you're wanting to be calm, you're not calm because of all the communication you're receiving. And it's matching your inner turmoil. So I don't know how I am tuning in to new messages of peace, of courage, even the right solution. I only know I am tuning in to that which gives me strength and courage now, and I am at peace. Why your throat? Because your throat chakra is our communication chakra. So this is what we're sending out, and this is our telepathic channel. So the messages we're receiving from the world. You may be noticing some pressure on the back of your neck. That's because you're going like, who am I? And all those big authority people are doing all of that stuff. Who am I? You are the ultimate authority over your own life. And I feel like that was a piece that got relaxed there. So I don't know how. I am tuning into new messages that give me courage, that encourage me, that enliven me, and allow me to feel calm and focused. I only know I am calm and focused now, and I am fulfilled. Might even dial it like a radio dial. Okay. There we go. And that shifts the energy in your ears too. I don't know who that was. Was that helpful? Yeah. So I don't know how I stay calm. I only know I'm calm now, and I am fulfilled. Yeah. And remember, that upset person's just doing their best. You're doing your best, and together we're going to figure this thing out. On the other side of this will be something that we look back on, and we'll see all the greater good that arrived out of it. Okay? So that good is present right now. Right now. It is here. Now just allow yourself to be present to that greatness. There you go. My pleasure. She's saying yes. Thank you. I saw the fat thumbs, but I'm guessing that to Gabby too is thank you. All right, my friends, my sweet, sweet friends, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thanks so much. Be sure and like this and share it if this has been useful to you. And hey, be sure and message me if this is something that you want to see more of, this type of content, if this is valuable to you. And so I just want you to know that we're all in this together. We're going to figure this out, and we're going to be better on the other side. And I've witnessed your mastery. Until then, I'm Catherine Perry, the Big Vision Coach. Bye-bye.